Hello, hello. Hey, Alexandra. How are you? Who's here? Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi there.
How are you all doing?
Great
Great.
to be here.
Yeah.
Yay.
I'm glad I'm able to finally attend one.
Yay. I'm glad too.
I'll
Let me just get a couple people in.
put my I'll put my avatar on for today.
Awesome. Welcome.
I'm just going to disconnect and reconnect from my computer if I need to share my screen. Sorry, I'll leave and try to join again.
Perfect. All right. Oh yeah, I see you in again. Let me go ahead and get that. Sorry, just all right. Hey Kelly, good to see you.
Hello.
Um, all right. And Alexandra is back. Fantastic. All right. How are you guys? How is everything going? Who's got questions and stuff you want to talk about? What is going on? I'll let Alexandra come back on, and it sounds like she has some questions for us. Kelly,
Okay.
Cheryl, do you all have questions as well? Things you want to talk about so I can.
Yeah, I think mine is just a general question. That's all, just to get started. That's all.
Great, great, great. Awesome.
I don't have anything specific. I'm
Okay.
just working on it, and I figured, if a question popped up, I would be right where I need to be.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. Perfect. Who wants to get started? Let's jump in with whoever feels like sharing questions. Alexandra, did you want to go ahead or Cheryl, whoever would like to start?
I had a couple about the marketplace, but if someone's got a quick question, they're welcome to jump in first.
Cheryl, do you want to kick us off?
Oh, mine's is just that, I signed up with Go Plus and I just need to take the first step. And so I just need a little direction on where do I start? Where do I start?
Got it. Okay, okay. And excellent. So you signed up with Go Plus, and
Mhm.
is the question about the first step more about how to use the Go Plus or
Um, well, yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, yeah.
cool. Okay. I can provide a little bit of guidance, and we also have entire office hours that are actually devoted to Go Plus by people who know a lot more than I do about all the ins and outs of exactly how to do it. So I
Uh,
will definitely invite you to jump on a Go Plus office hour as well. I think we got one tomorrow, in fact.
yes, you do. And you know what? I looked at the calendar wrong. That's all. But I'm
We're
just gonna
glad
sit
to
here
have you
now.
here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and listen then, but I'll be at tomorrow's.
Perfect. To get you going, have you signed up and gotten your access to your account?
Yes.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
perfect. So you're
Yeah.
in it, you can see
I can see everything.
everything. Okay.
Yeah.
That's about the extent of what I tend to do with them. And after that, I hand it over to the amazing Sebastian and Laddick, who know a lot more and honestly
Okay.
guide you way better than I can at this moment.
Okay, no problem at all. Sorry about that. I just thought it was Go Plus, and then I looked at the calendar just now and went, "Oh no, this is XP." Okay.
Will Susan, yeah, listen to whatever all we got going on, and I'm sure you'll learn stuff. And yeah, we'll make sure to get the Go Plus questions answered.
Thank you so
Cool.
much.
Um, well, Alexandra, you want to go ahead and talk about marketplace stuff?
Sure. So my question is, I've got a course based on feedback. I offer a 6 week option, and people are saying we'd like a 1 week intensive as well.
Nice.
So I'm going to the markets this weekend. If people want to sign up, I want to be able to say, hey, my 1 week starts on the 20th of January. the 6-week course starts in February. Which one would you like? And I'd like that to appear. So it's like one course description, but maybe 2 buttons. I had a meeting with Ladek yesterday and he said maybe this was possible, but then I went to do it and I went, I don't know how to do it.
Sure, sure. Yeah, there's actually there's several ways we could set this up. Let me just give this as an option. You could always duplicate the course if you would like to have 2 different courses, and then one would have. Okay, so that's probably a simple solution when we're talking about multiple start dates. It's not the only, but it's probably simpler for what you want to do.
Yep, that's exactly what I've done. So now I can have the release date for the 1-week intensive as immediately.
Yes,
and
exactly.
then drip the modules weekly for the
Exactly.
6-week course. So I've duplicated the course.
Perfect. Okay, great. So as far as how you present them, on your marketplace, each course will have its own listing, like its own, it will show up as its own course. You might want to, you can build a simple sales page in XP or in Go Plus, which if it sounds like if it's the same content and you're just presenting it in different ways.
Yeah, because it was like when I went to do it in XP on Marketplace, it was like the exact same description, but then one is it, and then it was like, oh, this kind of looks a bit, it's better to have just the one description, and then it's like choose whether you want this one or this one.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. So one thing we could do is change up the descriptions so it doesn't look weird, like there's just 2 repetitive things sitting here looking at you. So we had changed that on the marketplace, but it sounds like it would make sense to just put together a sales page, and you can do this really simply in the page builder. And the sales page will have all of the description of the content that's applicable to both. And probably a good way to do it would be, here, if you want to sign up for this option, here's a button, click here. If you want to sign up for that option, click here. And you don't necessarily need to route them through the marketplace. Those buttons can just go straight to the order form of the course.
I think that's a great option. We talked about the sales page, I think the last call, and I just didn't have time to do it because I had to get other things ready. But I think this would be a great option to use that template, because when you go to my marketplace, it just looks like a novel. There's no interesting picture, it's just a big text on, there's bullet points, but that's all I've got to kind of break it up. So to have the sales page format, at least there'll be images, everything's broken up. So it's in a much more easily digestible format.
Exactly. Yeah. And we can do a certain amount with making the market page look prettier, but I think you're talking about kind of within the course description, like within that block on the marketplace, there will be a block for the course. And it sounds like within that, yeah, it's kind of just, okay.
Yeah.
For making that look the best, yeah, I would say the best option is going to be create a sales page and make it pretty and dynamic and all the things.
And then I just have create a separate order form for the 1-week intensive, and then a separate order form, and there'll be buttons that I link.
Exactly. Well, yeah. So if you've already duplicated the course, you've got course and duplicated course. Each one will already have its own order form. So you'll just go in and edit the order form for each of those, and that'll just take a couple of minutes to make the order form page look the way you want it to. You won't have a lot to do because you're doing all the selling over here on the sales page. So the order form, by the time they get to there, you're just saying, give me your credit card info.
Yeah, and that's already pretty much done, which is great.
Yeah. So exactly, you'll just set that up with each course, and then your sales page will have probably 2 buttons, and they will link straight to where they should go.
Great. That's really helpful. So just use that template. Yeah. And I think because people want more information, but yeah, they need images. Needs to be more like yeah, to make it more inspiring. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Yeah, the marketplace has its place, but for getting them the whole sense of what you do and getting them excited about it, I think you want a sales page to really break it down. So,
I think that's great advice. Thank you so much, Rachel.
well, yeah. Is that it? Are you going to work on it while you're here and finish it today? We can
I
help.
think, yeah, that would be the templates here. So I've got it up so I can have a look at that. And then I just had another quick question. I don't know if it's if I'm able to do it. I've had people who have kind of offered to promote my course. So
Mhm.
I would like to set up an affiliate. I know in Kajabi I set something up, but I love experience. I don't like Kajabi. I love Xperiencify. So I'm wondering if, like, yeah, how does that work? I want to set up either a certain amount or a certain percentage for
Mhm.
anyone who uses like a particular link that they
Mhm.
have where they're promoting my course. I don't know if that's possible.
Absolutely is possible. Yeah. I'll just mention for the record and for everyone listening, because other people will be wanting to know the same thing. Xperiencify does have options directly to set up an affiliate system, and I'll tell you about that. Go Plus is going to have more robust, more options to do.
That
So
was my question. Do I use, yeah, Go Plus? I've got both. So do I use Go Plus or Xperiencify? So that's good to know.
you might, and if you're, yeah, was it you that said, oh no, it was Cheryl that was gonna go Plus. You may want to check it out. I'll tell you that, like, basically in XP directly, you can set up a special order form link that will code it to a person, meaning it will tell you when somebody orders, it'll tell you it came through their link. Or you can even do that honestly with just like a simple coupon code. If you were giving any kind of a referral incentive discount, you tell Cheryl to give her people the coupon code CWJ, and that means that anybody who came through Cheryl. So there's options for how you can do it, but the point is in Xperiencify, you can get the information of who sent you the person. We don't directly in the platform do like the managing of the payouts or all of that. So you would be responsible for going, okay, if this person sent me, figure it out and manually pay them. That's where Go Plus might be an option to check out, because I know there's more that you can do.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
And what
So it
else?
was
Yes.
either a coupon code or there's an affiliate code. Is there in Xperiencify?
Um, in Xperiencify, there is basically you can set up a special link that your affiliate will give to somebody. Your affiliate will say, here, click right here. Or you can just tell them to give their people a coupon code, and
I
that
think
will.
that I know how to do that, so that's easy.
It's very easy. Yeah, it's very simple. It's a good thing. It doesn't do all of the more fancy stuff, so it's just kind
Yeah.
of what your preference is.
Yeah.
But you
Just
can do
start
it.
simple as long as there's something. I think that's I can always go into more detail later, but I think that just makes it easy. If they sell, you get this much, and we have an agreement.
Exactly.
Very easy.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like
It's
I
it's
like it.
simple. Yeah. And then they have, if you do the coupon code way, they've got your person has a nice little incentive to give to their people. And so even if it's just a small amount. So yeah, I agree. It's a great simple way to do it. You
Fantastic.
have another question that you said? I feel like had a.
I had the three. So one was how do I put two buttons on the
Okay.
marketplace, but I will
Okay.
now do a
Okay.
sales page. The other one was the actual marketplace that I've got now is very boring. Uh, can I kind of add images into that? But I'm just going to do the sales page like you
Yeah.
suggested because I said I wanted to do that during the week and didn't get to it. So I think that's great. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Cool.
So thank you.
Fun stuff. Let us see how it looks when you are done, if you would like to share. Uh,
Absolutely. I'll go in. I'll mute now and I'll go in and have a play.
okay, perfect. Yeah, hang out and let us know how it goes. Welcome, Cynthia, Susan. Good to see you here. I think that Kelly and Cheryl are hanging out and listening and observing and learning. So, Susan, Cynthia, if either of you have questions, things you want to chat about, feel free to unmute and say hello.
Hi, everybody. I'm just listening. This is my first office hours, and I want to just kind of take it all in. I'm on
Ah,
the other side working on my uh, expiring mini course. So I'm just getting started with it all.
fantastic. You are in good company. We've got a bunch of people here today just working and listening. So let's do it. That's great. Welcome, Cynthia.
Thank you.
Susan, if anything you want to share, ask, no questions, also listening while you eat dinner. Excellent. Cool. All right.
So I have like a generalized question that I keep asking myself, and then I can get off. I can get on camera. I'm going to talk. Sorry. Um, um, it's about tags. What's the best practice for tags? I've read about it and stuff, but every time I'm like, I would like to avoid over tagging, but I'm going to be using them to like know who has done what so that I can unlock a bonus,
Mhm.
and also who can access what in the forum. And that I'm more scared about the forum tags than I am about the unlocking the bonus tags, but I want to know best practice for both.
Okay, okay. Tell me what feels scary about it, what feels like it might not
Doing it
be.
wrong.
What's that?
Doing it wrong and having like bonuses springing out in the wrong place, or people not actually being tagged, and
Okay.
all of that, anything that could go wrong. I have a good imagination.
Awesome. Okay. Um, let's see. So I I would say there's no general best practice other than what works for you. I mean, honestly, the tags are here to work for you. However you set them up to work is the bottom line. It sounds like it would be helpful to keep things simple, which is
Yes.
typically on the first courses. Yeah, you're seeing it. Cheryl has the same worry. Yeah, things popping out and going wrong in the wrong times. Um, how are you thinking about, well, let's start with the forum. The forum should be pretty simple. Like basically you can set up a forum space or a forum group to be visible to someone with a tag and not be visible to someone not with a tag. So it should be pretty straightforward. Is the concern coming in about like how they're getting the tags, like whether that's going to work right?
So I already have, I had started something that I meant to do this summer that has a forum and has tags going.
Okay.
And I guess my concern is, is it really going to work? And that's probably silly. I'll just find out if it works or not. Um, but what you're saying is, if they come in to this, it's like an expiring course. I don't expect many people in. I don't expect many people to even, care about keeping it. So I could have them come in as soon as they've, paid and signed in, they get a tag that
Mm-hmm.
allows them access to the forum.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like there's not levels to the forum. It's just anybody can go in. There are, actually, that is one of the questions. I probably am going to have like, maybe 3 sections to the forum, 3 different topics, I guess you would call them.
Sure.
So I'm a little unclear on how to make sure that works.
Sure. Do you want, are these three topics for different groups of people or for
No,
everybody?
it's just different. It's like 3 different discussions so
Okay,
that, each discussion is very focused.
cool. Yeah, but everybody's invited to all three
Oh,
parts.
yeah.
Cool.
Anybody can talk to any about anything.
then that should be pretty simple. Like, um, and let me just back up for a sec. Anybody, like, is anybody who comes into the course can see the
Yes.
form? In that,
Anyone who comes into the course can see all three things. I thought about unlocking it and I'm like, that's too complicated for
yeah,
this.
that sounds
I'm not going to do it.
yeah. It sounds like you don't necessarily even need to use tags for this. You could set it to be just visible to everybody in the course. And
Oh, okay. So they'll know that on the back end will be aware of that without a tag. I did not realize that. That makes sense, actually.
like actually you get to choose when you're setting up your forum, when you go in on your admin backend and you are deciding like I want to create this space called introduce yourself, for example, you're going to decide who gets to see this space. And one option you would have would be only people with a tag, but another option you would have would be only people who are in this course. So if you just
Okay.
set the space or the group to be for whoever's in this course, then you're done and it's pretty simple.
And so then all I need to make sure is that my other forum is properly tagged as well for the course that those people were in, which I think it was, but it's, like I said, been this summer, so I don't know what's been added. But that makes sense.
Does that make it easier?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. And then as far as the bonuses, how are you planning on awarding the bonuses? Meaning, what do they do to earn the bonuses? Is it like a certain amount of points or they
So
finish it?
they answer a question like at the end of the module, or each lesson, they answer a question, and
Got it.
I have it unevenly. Like you don't get a bonus for each one, but like randomly, although it's not random to me, but to them, they don't know which one is going to unlock a bonus.
Right, right. Okay, cool. But it's by answering the question when they
Right,
respond.
right. So it's a specific action that is
Cool.
going to trigger the bonus.
Okay, perfect. So that should be pretty straightforward. Then you'll just select when they complete that action that they get a tag added. And when they click it, they will automatically have the tag added. And then as far as unlocking it, there's various ways you can do it, but one simple option is you can put it in um depending on, it kind of depends how many bonuses you have and like what the page is going to look like and so forth, but you can create a block that is only visible to people with a certain tag, and in that block would be a bonus.
Oh, okay. All right. That
And if
makes sense.
it doesn't have the tag, they won't know they're missing anything. They won't even see the block, but once they have it, it magically appears. So that's an option.
Okay, that sounds good.
That sound
Okay,
easy?
that was great, Rachel. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Awesome. See, Eric's joined. Welcome. And let me just see how we're doing in the chat. Good. Everyone's still working and eating, it sounds like. Questions come up from this. Eric, welcome. I don't know if you got questions, but you're welcome to unmute and share. Chat.
And
Let us know how it.
Rachel, I do have a question too, I thought of.
Who's that? Susan. Hey. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I took the EMC mini course, expiring mini course class with Brenda.
Uh-huh. Cool.
Was a couple months ago now. And I ran into problems with my Zoom recordings. I have a workaround for that now, but I still need to do some editing on it. When I finally get ready to put everything together, is there some place where I can review the order of steps and things that I need to take? Because it's been so long, I've sort of forgotten what I have to do.
The order of steps for like putting together a mini course.
Yeah,
Yeah, so a great way to do that is, first of all, we've got a template that you can use
right,
if you go into your account. And
right.
if you
In
open up,
fact, I already have some of that filled out, I think.
perfect,
I just
perfect.
needed to get the videos ready for it. So,
Okay, got it. So a great way to do it is just to go through the steps 1 through 6 inside your course. Like if you open up a course, it'll say like step 1, give your course a name, give it a URL link or a description rather.
okay,
And then it'll say step 2, do you want to have a price for the course? And then step 3 will be add your videos, upload your videos or link to them. And basically, if you go through those steps, that will take you through the basics.
okay.
Does
I,
that help?
I, I think I'm going to make it a free course as a
Mhm.
lead generation. Um, so I'll have to set up my lead magnet, lead lead page, I guess, or whatever. And then once they have opted in there, I can just take them directly into the course, right? If
Mm-hmm.
I give them the URL. Okay,
Yeah, you'll give them a link to the order form and they can go straight in. Yeah,
right.
cool.
Okay. Um,
Some
that sounds like that'll work. Thank you.
very
I have a question, Rachel, on that
cool.
same note.
Uh-huh.
In terms of the video that's going to be uploaded for the EMC, does it say in there, and it may say the size or the format of the video that works best?
Yes. Any standard video format is good. MP4s are always great. They
Before.
just play nicely. And under 2 GB.
Under 2 GB. Okay, so you mentioned earlier that you can have a link or you can upload it or embed it. Like, where does it live?
Exactly. It's up to you. You can either upload the video directly to the XP platform and we will host it for you. Or if you have a video that lives on YouTube or Vimeo or Google Drive, you can, or wait, is Google Drive on? I don't remember. There's a list of
I
formats that
think
work, but
Google Play.
no, I think
No.
it needs to be like YouTube, Vimeo, Wistia, something like that.
Okay.
Um,
Which is the best option?
no best here. It honestly, this one's just up
Okay.
to what works
Okay.
for you.
Okay. And on that same note, in terms of completing, once I complete the EMC, it seems like in the third lesson or training, you're doing a CTA for an upsell.
Hmm.
So would you have to have your, I don't know, is it a lead magnet or is it a funnel? I'm not sure what it is that you would have to have ready so that they can actually join your course or buy your program before you launch the EMC, right?
Do you need to have like a next step for them ready?
Yeah, it seems like you're upselling in the third lesson. So even if I complete it, I need to then go move ahead and complete the actual course.
That is definitely a great way to do it. I would say there's not a single way that you have to do an EMC and an upsell. Uh, you can certainly you can certainly sell people something that isn't that you haven't finished creating yet. If you are creating an EMC and you know that you want it to lead into a 6-week course, you can
Mhm.
certainly give them an offer to purchase whatever your next thing is, even if it's not fully done. Maybe you're actually creating it as you go with their feedback, which is a great thing to do anyway. Um,
Okay.
so there's not really a law about how you have to do this. I would say it's certainly a great thing. If the point is to upsell them something, obviously you want to have an offer ready, whether you have the entire thing created. I would say you don't
Mhm.
necessarily have to do that. Does that help?
Yeah, I was just wondering, do people generally buy something that they don't receive? Do you put them on a wait list or do you just tell them, uh, I mean, how would you do that?
Well, it depends like how soon you're planning to have it ready, I suppose. And, you know,
Okay.
is it starting next week or next year? I mean, if you're not planning to have it ready for a year, then maybe you better hold off. But if
Well, I do have the framework for the 5 week course,
okay,
but
awesome.
it's the technology, like I still have to do the videos for the EMC and then move on to doing the video training. I have the content, but I have to do the video training. And then there's a matter of uploading it, making sure all the technology, the technical parts are connected. I do have an appointment on Friday for the setup for my Go Plus.
Okay.
But I just want to make sure that they can actually pay and that the links work and that, all of that is in place.
Mhm.
Um, are, so that I won't feel like I'm selling something that's not ready yet.
Sure, sure. Totally hear you. Yeah. And I definitely agree. You want to test things and go through it as a test student and make sure links are working. Absolutely important. I would suggest and hope that the technology of uploading the videos and getting the course going from from the point of view of getting a course onto Xperiencify should ideally be pretty easy, and I would love to help you with that if it doesn't feel easy. But um, when you're talking about the technology of getting the course ready, you want to get the videos uploaded. You got to
Hmm.
make the content, obviously. We got to upload the content to the platform, but that shouldn't be too hard of a process, and
Okay.
we'll definitely be here to help you if you run into questions or glitches.
That's my challenge, or at least I'm thinking because I'm not very technical, I have the basics, but
Mhm.
I know that I can get frustrated if I am trying to look into a program or an offer from someone and I click on a link and it doesn't work. I'm gone. I don't go back to it. And I'm like, I
Sure,
don't
sure.
want that to be
You want your
this,
link working. Yeah.
yeah, I want everything working before I try and sell it, or at least know that I have a launch date, which I'm hoping will be in the new year,
Cool. Yeah.
in January.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. You definitely want your links working. Yeah, I think the answer really to all this is that you just want to go through it as a test student. And
Okay.
you want to go through, make the purchase, click the first thing, go in, check the pages, go through it as a student would see it. And then you'll know that it looks good. It looks like something you're happy with, and you
Okay.
can launch it.
I think once I finish the EMC and I have that up and published, I'll better understand how the course works
Hmm.
so that then I can upload the other content that I have and do those videos. So,
For sure, for sure. Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Thanks,
It'll
Rachel.
get easier as you go. Yeah, absolutely. We'll be here if you need help.
All right.
Yeah. Awesome. What else? Questions coming up as we are talking about all this? Pri is here. Hello. How are ya?
Hey, I was on uncle duty.
Ah, awesome. We are just going through some questions. How are we doing? Is other questions coming up? Pri, you got stuff?
I do. Um, so with the EMC, I can't see if somebody's suspended correctly. I know with the email communication under the pathways, it says that they're suspended. but shouldn't they have a suspended if they didn't finish the course? And I can show you what I'm looking at if you want me to share my screen.
Can you say the question again?
Yeah, so somebody that hasn't completed the EMC in time,
Uh-huh.
they should be suspended, right?
Assuming you have set up an automation to make that happen. Yeah.
Yeah, so they got the suspension email, but there's not a tag that says suspended from course, so I don't know if they're actually suspended. I don't know if there's supposed to be a tag that says suspended from course.
Okay, so whether there is a tag or not is going to depend on what you've set up.
Yeah,
You can check to see whether or not they are suspended by just going to their student profile. Let's see, I believe it should say right there whether they're active, and if you can always just grab their link and check. But I believe their student profile should just say, while you're looking at that, let me just say hi to Lakita. I am not a Glow Plus expert yet, unfortunately. I'm gonna uh, probably invite you to bring Go Plus questions to the Go Plus office hours because they will be much more knowledgeable than me. I might be able to, but odds are good that you'll want to go to the experts on that. Yeah.
yeah. Do you want me to share my screen with you real quick, Rachel?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Can you allow me to share?
Yes. Okay. All right.
Thanks. Okay. Oops. Okay, so these are the 12 people on the course, and you can see that she was here a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
I know I can click on her and probably go to tags. Maybe maybe I don't have a suspend tag and I need to create a suspend tag. I know there's an unsuspend tag, but it looks like there's not even a suspend tag. So yeah, I don't know.
Okay. So it sounds like she may be suspended, but you may not have actually set up an automation that adds a tag that says suspended.
Yes. And I don't know if Murray had that in the EMC where we had to add a suspend tag.
I'm not sure off the top of my head, but if
Okay.
yeah.
Because like with the emails, if we go under activity, it says suspended, no courses.
Ah, there we go. Okay. So there's your answer to she has been suspended, but it sounds like there's just not a tag
A
necessarily
tag.
set up.
Okay. And if I wanted to create a tag, the tag would be once email says suspended, no courses, add the suspend tag, right? Or something like that as an automation.
You're asking what the trigger would be, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. What would be the best way to do that? What do
I
you
think it would be a good idea to kind of sort by who's suspended and who's not suspended, just so we can see real quickly.
might be able to do that already? Can you do that in the student section perhaps already? You may not necessarily even need a tag for that. I'm checking.
Let's see.
Filter by name, activity period. Well, you can filter by course, so you can see who is in the course.
Let's try email status. Nope.
I think that's going to be different from the suspension or
Yeah,
the
we could do it by tag if we
if we had a tag.
yeah. Okay, maybe I'll create a tag
Yeah.
and we can see what that looks like because I think that would be pretty easy.
How's this going, by the way? Did you get it out? Sounds like you got it out to some people, getting some people going through it?
Not yet. I'm trying to run like a promo campaign about like getting excitement over it, and I'm having somebody else do that. So once they create the content and I review it, hopefully I can get it by Monday. But I've had some people review it, and um it's been going well. One person said it was too thought-provoking with the questions. And then another one said it's like, oh, I learned something that I didn't even know the root cause was. So
Cool.
I
Cool.
think I might have to get some more test people and just kind of get on them to be like, all right, give me honest feedback. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I would get some people just doing it as soon as you can because this is great. You got some great content here. That's
Thank you. Thank you.
too thought-provoking. I love it.
Yeah.
Cheryl's got a question now about tags. Yeah. What do you got, Cheryl?
Okay. Okay, I'm going to share my screen to ask this question.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. I was trying to set it up. Can you see it? Oh, you can.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I've already checked this one,
Okay.
which is the Your Free Bonus, and that's working. I don't know how to check this one. And because I tested it once and it shows up at the beginning and it's not supposed to show up until the end. And
Okay.
so how do I go in and check and make sure?
Excellent question.
And
Okay.
yeah.
So first thing to know is that if we hover over it, oh wait, you're looking at like a preview of it right now, right?
This is a
Okay.
preview. So I can go to 1 second and let's see. And where would I go in here?
So we could go to step 4 and look at the page that you were looking at. I think it was at the home page that you were looking at.
Yes.
Okay.
I
And
think
just
that's the
keep in
bonuses though.
mind, there's different ways you can look at your course. You can view it through admin preview, or you can view it as a student. And viewing it as a test student is going to give you the real deal on what is actually showing up.
Mhm.
But right now, if you go ahead and hover over that block, okay, so you see the one that you had the question about. Yeah, right there. Do you see the little icon that's like it's a little eyeball? Yeah. So this is showing only to students who have this tag.
Okay, that's all I needed to know.
Perfect.
So,
And
and
if
it looks
you're
like it's when
seeing
they
it,
complete.
what's that?
Oh, I was saying, and it looks like it's the EMC completed. So when they're completing the course, that's exactly when it's supposed to show.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So if you were seeing it when you weren't expecting to, probably you were looking at the course through your admin preview mode,
Mhm.
which means you're going to see everything as an admin. You're
Okay,
going to be able to see it all because
right.
doesn't make sense to, in this context, to hide something.
Hmm.
But if you wanted to create a test student, then you can look at exactly what a student will see.
And I think what I did was I went through the test student who I actually had already tested it, and that's why I was able to see it through the test student. Okay.
That makes sense. Yeah. If the student, yeah, you'll want to keep in mind, have I used this test student or even this test email before? Um, you can always create multiple emails with one
Yeah.
address by adding like a +1 after the
Mhm.
first part of most email addresses, and then you can create a brand new test student. But yeah, that's a very good point. You want to make sure, have I tested it before? Have I used this email before? Because that's gonna mess
All
with
right.
things a little.
I get to sleep now because that was the one thing that was worrying me with it.
I am so glad we solved all of your problems for the day. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Cheryl. Um, Pre-question about deleting sounds. Yeah. Yeah. What's happening?
So I got a bunch of Mario sounds that are too loud or too soft or just not really. I have too many of them. I'm just trying to pare them down. So I was wondering if you can help me out with that.
too many sound effects going on, like too much happening? Is that the feedback?
Well, I've uploaded like too many sounds and I don't know what's what and in what volume. So I'm just trying to delete the ones that I uploaded and replace the ones that I adjusted the sound to.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Uh, so if you open up your course, let me
You
see.
want me to share my screen again?
Yeah, yeah, go ahead. If you go and open up a course, yeah, go and share your screen, open up a course and go to course settings.
Okay.
There we go.
Hmm.
So here are a bunch of sound effects. And
So I,
if if you want to just start from scratch or get rid of something, you can just go ahead and delete. Yeah, or you can change things exactly right there.
like these are the ones I want to delete. Do I just hit
So if you want to
like,
delete it entirely, you can just go to the
yeah,
little three dot menu in the right upper right hand corner. I'm sorry.
in this upper right hand corner?
Exactly. Yeah. And just delete it.
Well, I think this will delete for XP, won't it? No.
Tell me again what you want to do here.
So you see how I have these four sounds for Super Mario Brothers?
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then I have Mario Coin 1, Mario Coin 2, Mario Coin Jackpot. I'd like to like delete these three so that way we can just keep it all under maybe like Super Mario Brothers. So that way I don't get confused about which one's which. But I don't know how to delete them after I've uploaded.
So okay, you don't need to, you can delete a sound right here if you know you're not going to be using it at all.
Yeah.
Can you see on the,
If I want to, hmm
so you can just click delete on the right-hand side there. If
yes. But the thing is that I can't delete those other ones, like this one. I don't know because like if I go to upload and manage custom sounds, we have these that we can delete, but you see how that Mario coin doesn't come up or the Mario coin jackpot doesn't come up. So I don't know how to delete this one here.
Okay, so the bottom line is you don't actually need to delete a sound because it's not going to do anything unless you assign that sound to like a trigger like we've got going on
Right.
here.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to delete it for like inventory purposes. I like things to be like clean. I think it's a Virgo in me, you know?
I
So,
hear you. I hear you.
yeah.
But if you want to send an email to support, we can look at, I'm not sure why they're not coming up in um, these are custom sounds that you did upload?
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
You think so? Okay. Have you deleted them already?
Well, these ones I definitely uploaded. I'm sure I've uploaded these three before, but I don't know why I can't delete them either. So,
Is it possible that you already deleted them?
I don't think so, because if we play it, you can hear it, right?
I can't, but that is probably just a Zoom and a browser thing. Okay.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I can send something to support. And then for celebrations as well, um, so this is kind of what I was talking about. I uploaded these at different volume percentages. This
Okay.
is at like 100%. This is at like 1%. This is at like 10%, but I don't think I can delete these either.
Okay. Okay, so basically you want to be able to control the volume, so you want to get rid of excess clutter in
Upload.
your end so that you can see what you're doing better. Okay.
Yeah.
So it may be a question for the devs if they're able to look at why this particular thing isn't coming up in the drop list to be deleted, but as a quick immediate solution so that this doesn't slow you down at all because it doesn't need to, you could just upload a new one and name it in a way that identifies,
5%, 10%. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Cool.
and then only select that when you do your thing.
Okay, cool.
I remember now, you were
Because
asking, I think on Facebook or somewhere, like people were talking about the volume
the
being too,
noise being
yeah,
inconsistent. Yeah,
got
for
it.
sure.
Yeah.
I have a question about that, Bree. Thanks for bringing that up. Is there a way to control the volume inside of the program?
There
No,
is not, I
only
don't,
like your entire volume screen for volume uh switch for everything. There's not like individual volumes for this and that and that. No.
I know that when I took the the course, live your message, I think. Anyway, whenever I would get a completion and earn the XP points with my headphones, that cha-ching was so loud.
The cha-ching
So
is loud. I agree. Yeah.
I was wondering if you can turn the volume, down, but it looks like you have no control over that.
Not for individual
well,
things, no. If you feel like that might be a thing, and I agree, the cha-ching is loud. There's a lot of sound effect options though that are much less jarring than the cha-ching. So if you think that it may be a thing for your audience, I would just select a different sound effect that it doesn't have uh that level of decibels going on. Or like Bree is doing, you can upload your own custom sounds.
Where would you go to find your own sounds?
so Cynthia, what I did, at least with the Mario sounds, is I typed in Super Mario Brothers sounds, and then after I downloaded it, then I uploaded it into iMovie and reduced the volume percentage and played it at like only one bar on my Mac, and then in the full sound. And then
Mhm.
I just kind of figured out what a good percentage was, and that's how I did that. I'm sure if you Google the cha-ching sound too, you can find it, and
Okay.
then all you have to do is be able to download it and then use like iMovie to create it, or to change the volume, and then you should be okay.
Did
Because
you
yeah,
did you find that you had to minimize it down to 1%?
well, I I did do 1 to 1%, and then I couldn't hear anything. I was like, okay,
Oh,
go
okay.
figure. So now I gotta move it at like 10 or
So maybe
15%.
50% was a good volume.
Yeah, I have one client that is giving me feedback with it. She's like, nope, still too loud. It's like I'm
Yeah.
still getting startled. So,
Okay.
and yeah, so just keep playing around with it as a student, and just try to make sure the video is at the same decibel level as the sound, and it should be good, or at least close to it.
Okay.
I think you just got to play around with it,
Well,
unfortunately.
that's good to know. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome that we have the experts on this stuff here figuring it out. And Cynthia, I'll also just suggest that this is not, if the getting the course out overall is feeling a bit overwhelming, this is totally not something that you necessarily need to learn how to do. I would honestly just choose a sound that XP has that is not so jarring, because there are a
Okay.
lot of sounds like a bell and a sound bowl and whatever else is going on that
Okay.
is going to be like a lot easier for your listeners. I don't
Okay.
think either. I'm totally with you. But yeah, and when you are ready to learn more, then we can all hit pre-up for lessons on how to
All right. I
load.
will, because I really do want to get the EMC completed,
Yeah,
by the end of the year and then launch it in January. And that way it'll give me a chance to, by the end of January, have my 5-week program
totally.
almost ready or close to being ready to launch as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And remember, all this stuff can be refined. I think that's so important to just get it out, get your people moving through it, and all of
Mhm.
these things about making it perfect and getting the volume 55% instead of 80 or whatever.
50.
But
And
but
I'm not
Priya,
saying
sharing
it's not legit free, but I totally hear you on all this. I want
but sharing his screen really helped because it brought up another question for me, and that is the email piece. When I think it was Dr. Cheryl also mentioned that. So once I finish my EMC, I want to be able to email my list that link so they'll even know that that's course is available.
Mhm.
And it looks like to me there's triggers that need to be set up prior to so that if they don't finish the course, it shows that they have not completed it. Do they get a reminder? Do they, you just cancel them? Or like it seems like the emails needs to be set up, the automatic emails need to be set up prior to as well.
Yeah, so if you're doing an EMC, which is a specific lead magnet thing, as we know that encourages people to get it done in a short amount of time, it is a great piece of it to have the pieces going that will automatically remove them and automatically email them and all of that. We do have the templates that you can work off of, which does a very good chunk of the work for you of having it set up and ready to go. So don't think that you're just on your own, trying to figure out how to put this whole thing together, Cynthia. You can literally like click on the template and open it up, and the automations are already there. You'll do a bit of tweaking to like make your emails sound like you rather than like whatever the default, whatever the template says. But
Murray.
most of it, like Murray, yeah. Murray's a great copywriter, so it's all great, but we want it to sound like Cynthia, like Pri. So, but the point being, it's mostly created for you, and that
And
is,
this is in steps 1 through 6, somewhere in there, I'll find the email template.
you will find the emails in step 5. And if
Okay.
you are working from the EMC template, meaning if you went into your course creator account and you went to the templates section, if you're working from the EMC template, it's going to be like mostly ready to go for you. It's going to need, again, some tweaks, some polishing, but you don't have to create it from scratch. The
Okay,
automation is
perfect.
there.
Okay, because I'm in step 2, so I'm just getting started. So I'm sorry if I'm asking questions that are real basic.
This is absolutely what we're here for, and I promise other people are totally having the same questions. So
Okay,
this is exactly what we're here to do.
thank you.
Um,
Thank you so
but yeah, when
much.
you get to step 5, or if you want to peek in there, don't feel overwhelmed. But you've got a whole bunch of, if you're working from a template, you've got a whole bunch of automations already created in step 5 for you.
Perfect.
And those will do all kinds of magical things. And your role will be to tweak it, to test it, to go through it as a student, be like, all right, I see what's happening, and then send it out there.
All right, thank you. I'm going to be working on that today, so I'm glad we had this session.
Awesome. Great stuff, you guys. Alexandra, did you build your page? All done.
Sorry, it's like race against time. I can
No
share
pressure.
my screen if you like and show you if
Yeah,
I
you
can
want to
work out
show
how
us?
to.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm just cutting and pasting. I've doubled up somewhere. Sorry, I'm just trying to work out. Normally I use Zoom on my iPad and I'm trying to work out how to share the screen and get the Zoom out of the way. Sorry, one moment.
Oh, no pressure, but if you wanna
Let's have a look.
share.
Okay. More share. Entire screen. I think that one. Okay, share.
Ah, there it is. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if I can, sorry, I'm going to try and minimize Zoom. There we go. So I'm just in the template for the sales page.
Perfect. Yep.
I've just thrown a YouTube video there for now, but I'll do a proper welcome video.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going through block by block. So I've designed a super practical course that's easy to implement and easy to maintain. I've just grabbed images, whatever was on my computer. I'm going to change the text here, a few more of the benefits first, but then when you scroll down, obviously I need to change this. It'll just include, what's included,
Yep.
plus all of these bonuses. I'll see how it looks on the real screen. I may have to make it bigger. So I'm figuring with these buttons, if you're interested in the, 1 week intensive here, and maybe this, I'm not quite sure where to put the buttons, but I'll work it out. Because I'm just going to offer, the 1 week intensive or the 6 week course.
Awesome. Yeah, yeah. Very cool.
So it's a work in progress, but thank you so much for the motivation, because it's nothing like having that pressure of let's get it done.
Totally. Yep, yep, yep. Awesome.
So how do I stop sharing? Stop sharing.
There
Sorry.
you go. You got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Great stuff, you guys. Yay. So,
Rachel.
we are at the end. Great stuff, you guys. Thank you for joining.
Thank you. You solved my problem. I got my forum set up already.
Well, that was easy. I'm glad.
With your help, yes.
Thanks, everybody. Goodbye.
I will
Bye.
see you guys next time. Have a great week. Take care.
Bye, everyone. Thanks so much, Rachel. Thanks, everyone.
You
Bye.
guys.